Hello everyone and welcome to Media Marvels, Mediocre to Masterpiece. I am Kathy Sutton and I'm an instructional media designer with the Media Department, a division of the e-learning team. So this is a type of quiz that we might consider mediocre. It could be handed out on a piece of paper in a classroom, face-to-face class, and the students are to circle the medical waste items that belong in the biohazard container. So that would be one way that they could do that. And you could also put this up in Canvas, in the Canvas quizzes, and you could have them select all of the items that belong in the biohazard container. So that works, but what about this? This was created in Articulate Storyline. It's a drag and drop, and it makes sense because you're actually putting the items right into the receptacle they belong in. So sharps obviously go in biohazard, tissues, trash, packaging, trash, test strips, biohazard, IV bags, trash, and speculums, biohazard. And so if they get it right, it says correct, and they can go on from there. If they get it wrong, it asks them if they'd like to try again. Here's another quiz that could be considered mediocre. Label the computer components from the word bank below. This could be on a piece of paper handed out, or it could be in Canvas where you have in the quiz, you have a word bank and they are to match the word bank up with the correct number that you'd have by the component. And that works just fine, but it's not near as fun as doing something like this. Here the student just needs to drag the correct number, and I'm going to do one. I'm going to mess this one up. I'm not going to pay any attention to where I put the items, and it says wrong, that's not quite right, please try again. So they would do this again, and obviously this is an easy exercise, but you, depending on what you teach, you could make this quite difficult. Correct, so there we go. I don't have an example up here on the PowerPoint of a listening activity, but this would be where a teacher would stand up in front of the class and she would read a sentence, or he would read a sentence, and the students are to write down on their paper whether it's true or false. So she may say, number your page 1 to 10, and I'll read a sentence, and she only reads it once, and then they put down a T or an F, depending on if it's true or false. Here's a way we can do it using Articulate Storyline. Here it gives them the instructions that they can click on the play button to listen to the sentence, and then they choose their answer. So let's do the first few of these. Moses took 2 members of each species aboard the ark. If you guys were here with me, we would do this together, but I'm going to say I think that's true. So I click on true, click submit. No, it was Noah who took 2 members. Didn't he say Noah? Well, listen again. Moses took 2 members of each species aboard the ark. So yeah, it said Moses, and we know it's really Noah. So this is just a listening exercise to see how well you listen. We'll try one more. Can a man in South Carolina marry his widow's sister? That sounds kind of complicated. It sounds like a trick question. I want to say yes, he can, because they surely don't have a law against that. No! Because if the man had a widow, he would be dead. What? Can a man in South Carolina marry his widow's sister? Yep, if he has a widow, then he's dead. So you see what it's like. They go through this whole thing and it scores them. Quite a bit more fun, don't you think? Okay, now we're going to look at lectures. This, I'm going to give a disclaimer. This is not anyone at Salt Lake Community College. This lecture was just found online. And let's see. If you were here with me, I'd ask you to tell me everything that's wrong with this. But Woo!
Like a couple
It's
of
so
yeah. And maybe food.
Yeah, sometimes food.
Yeah.
So small talk is just
okay. That's enough because it's so loud. There was crackling noise. There's a baby crying in the background. The camera is at the side of the instructor instead of face on. She's not wearing a microphone, and it's just absolutely a horrendous video. So, what can the media team do to help you make a way better video than this?
We now come to our first practice lectures for this unit on world history. We have 3 lectures to attend to here. Lectures about ancient civilizations, in particular Babylonia and Egypt, 2 of the earliest civilizations in world history.
Okay, so what is right about this lecture? First of all, this is George Ellington. He is one of our ESL instructors, and I call him One Take George because he usually gets right through his material without any mistake. The other good thing that he's wearing a microphone, so it's picking up his voice perfectly. He is well lit. He's facing the camera, and this was shot in front of a green screen. He's not actually in this classroom that you see here, but we went in after in post-production and took out the green and put in this nice classroom behind him. So that turns the lecture into a masterpiece. And we'd be happy to videotape you doing a lecture in front of the green screen if you just want to get a hold of the media department. That concludes my presentation, and I just want to thank you all. You're marvelous, and if you need me, you can. My name's Kathy Sutton, and that's kathy.sutton@slcc.edu. You can get a hold of me, and I can help you.